getting motivation to meditate. In order to change the effort of meditation from a struggle to something that is more joyful or enjoyable at least, there's a little hack. It's a nice one. It comes from a neuroscientist. What you need to do is access the dopamine reward center while you're meditating. Meditation can be difficult, or learning to meditate can. I cover this in another video. But we'll get to why this is such a great feeling. It changes it from work to play. But in context, this means that we normally do an activity that's difficult and we promise ourselves some kind of reward after it. After I meditate, I'll get a cup of coffee, or I'll have breakfast, or whatever. I'll go for a nice walk. But that actually makes the activity more difficult because it delays the dopamine response. It means that we're not enjoying the activity, we're enjoying finishing the activity. So it separates the actual activity of meditation from the joy of meditation, and the pleasure in the activity. So we need to change that so that we derive joy from the effort itself. Some things are just enjoyable in the doing, like sports. So there are two keys to this, really. Don't precede the activity with dopamine by giving yourself a little thing to get you jazzed up and going. And don't succeed the activity with dopamine by giving yourself some kind of reward after that. You need to tie the dopamine release to the activity itself. That's difficult. It's tricky. So let's circle back a little. If we proceed or succeed the activity, then the reward overshadows whatever reward we're going to get from the effort. It's not just a matter of separating the pleasure from the effort, but if we do get any effort, it's small. Any pleasure from the effort, I mean. It is smaller than the pleasure we're going to get from the preceding or from the reward, or from the succeeding reward that we give ourselves. So these periods, before and after, should be rather flat, almost boring would be the best. Don't reward yourself for it, and don't do anything right after it or right before it that is very exciting and dopamine releasing. Just make those, the sandwich, the bread of the sandwich, be very calm and boring, so to speak. This way the effort itself is more interesting than what goes on before. When you're done, just sit for a few minutes and be a little bored. Before you go in, just do something not so interesting. Pay a few bills or something slightly tedious like that. During the activity, in order to trigger the effort to the reward, in order to tie them together, you need to sort of lie to yourself. You're not exactly tricking yourself. You're just convincing yourself that you actually really enjoy the activity. In other words, you want to fake it till you make it. Make it true by saying it as if it were true. I really love meditation. It gives me a profound sense of pleasure. It's very joyful. It feels great to do it. I love meditation. It feels good. I know it feels bad right now, and the dopamine will come later. Meditation actually feels very good to do. This will have a lot of beneficial effects. It will create an increased amount of mindfulness within meditation, which in effect is the goal of shamatha, to deepen and to strengthen mindfulness. It will lengthen the periods of meditation naturally because you won't want to leave. And it will create a much more powerful sense of depth in meditation. It will deepen the meditation much more quickly. So in brief, just keep it flat before and after, very boring, very uninteresting, maybe 10 minutes. And do some things you need to do, but that aren't exciting. And then during the meditation, just tell yourself that you're enjoying it, that you're really liking it. This is during the learn to meditate period, when meditation is actually not very enjoyable. Once you begin meditating properly and get into it with some more depth, meditation can become very enjoyable, but that takes a little time. So in the beginning, we're going to need to do some methods to increase our desire to get there, to kind of fool ourselves in this method, and to motivate ourselves, which is another method.